Sound like, sometimes big fly makes sound. Zzz, she gets scared. And I said, Phoebe, it's just a fly. It will not bite you. No, just kill it, and she will go in the corner, she panic. That is what we call an irrational fear. You're afraid of something is not really, you're not supposed to be afraid of. It's like me telling you tonight, if you go outside in front of the building here, we're going to get a little bit rain, and most likely there will be a bubble of water, maybe a good 1 square around, it's a circle, and it have like a 1/4 inch water. Don't go there because you'd be surprised. Maybe shark will come out of it and eat you. What the Muslims will be doing in America in the next 10 years. You'll be living in fear. I'm not asking us as Christians to live in fear because the scripture teach us, throughout the Old Testament, New Testament, fear not, fear not, fear not. But you don't tell me as a Christian and you don't have fear, you just go on the highway and you just stand up in front of the cars coming 60 miles to 70 miles an hour and say, I have no fear. No, that's not logic. That's stupid. You don't stand in front of the train and you say, I don't have fear. No, that you should have fear to do these things. Now, having Islam in America, or as a matter of fact, Islam, since Islam exists in the world until today, it brought nothing but the destruction of everything we stand for. Life and liberty. If you go to Wikipedia and learn about Islamophobia, you'll see a very important line here is given by the Muslims. And they said,
Islamophobia is the fear, hatred of, or prejudice against the Islamic religion or Muslims generally.
What I love about Muslims, when they say anything, they normally say some truths and they mix it with lies. And that's how you can literally destroy anything. If you tell lie, no truth, people figure out. How you kill a rat? You don't kill a rat by poison. No, you kill a rat by good food. Corn, wheat. And literally, if you look at the box when you go buy from the store to kill a rat, they will tell you 99.6 good food, corn. 0.4 or 0.5 or 0.6, a very good, strong chemical to kill, is poison. And when Muslims tell us what is Islamophobia, and they tell us it is fear, hatred, or rejection, or prejudice against the Islamic religion, that's true. When you add the Muslims, generally, now you lie. And it's not Islamophobia, it is the fear which comes from the nature of Islam. Stand up in front of a train, going 75, 80 miles an hour, you are cooked, you are mashed potatoes, you're gone. Learn about Islam, you see, it is a problem. It will bring destruction to America. So, do I have fear of Islam? Yes. Do I have hatred against Islam? Do I have prejudice against Islam? Yes. Muslims? No. Because as a Christian, I'm taught to love the Muslim people. Even those who choose to be our enemies, even those who want us dead, we have to love them. Why? Because Christ teaches us to love our enemies, the Muslim people. So we have to separate between Muslims and Islam. Islam is ideology. Islam is a wickedness and the evil work of Allah, Satan, the devil himself, and Muhammad, as it is written in the Quran, as it is taught by Muhammad in the Hadith, as also how Muhammad lived his life as a claimed prophet. He was a savage man. That is what we have to be cautious of and afraid of. But not the Muslim people who are literally victim number one of Islam. And that's what the problem here in America, people cannot see my teaching about Islam and my talk about the Muslim people. They're two different things. They mix them together. So they say, I hate Muslims. No, I hate Islam, but I love Muslims. Because Muslims are, once again, victim number one of Islam. Now, if you go to CARE website, you're going to learn about U.S. Islamophobia Network. Okay, U.S. Islamophobia Network. And obviously, they got a bunch of different names. One of them is called the Straight Way of Grace Ministry. That's me. As a matter of fact, they have me there twice. One as our ministry, another one as me, Usama DakDok, Islamophobic. Why is they do that? To literally stop me from speaking all over this country. And it's working. Trust me, because of what they put on their website concerning me, there are now difficulty for me to go to speak in churches. The churches used to be calling me 15 years ago, And 10 years ago, up to 5 years ago, now I call them and they found some excuse not to have me. And most of it actually go back to cowardness. Last meeting actually we have here, it was supposed to be in a Baptist church, remember? And the minister of that Baptist church canceled. So we got a restaurant, and the restaurant was canceled. And then we got a gun store, a gun place, they have a room in the back of it for like wedding, whatever, and that was canceled. So I asked Brother Gary to find another place to find that room. And he did not have it advertised as me speaking, but he made a music night. And because of what he did, and we play music like we did tonight, and because of that, he lost his job. Wow. He was fired by his boss, who just happened to have a son-in-law who is a Muslim. Oh. A Christian man have a daughter married to a Muslim man in a Christian business. That's not like some other, it's a, what do you call it?
Crazy.
That's it. What used to work? The name of your place?
I heard it was fixed Christian Ranch.
Christian Ranch. But the gentleman who is in charge there have a son-in-law as a Muslim, and he literally fired Gary for having us here last time. That's why I'm a little bit upset. I'm a little upset. Why? Here's a brother who lost his job to get this room for us to speak in last time I was here, and we come meet again, and our number shrink from 80 to 25. You think that he sacrificed to have this room? We should sacrifice, go out and fill it. I was thinking to call the media. I'm glad he didn't even call the media tonight. Can you imagine if I call the media tonight to have an interview with me? And they come, like, what, you have 20 people in your room?
Yeah.
I saw it. And I'm not saying this because number means nothing to me. I've spoken churches for 4 people, 5 people. Same week I spoke in another church, I have 800 people, 1,000 people. Numbers means nothing to me. I was heard today all over America on my radio. I don't know what, 40,000 people heard me today. So I'm not like, oh, I need another 200 tonight to make me feel a little bit famous. No. But it hurt when people sacrifice to have meeting like this and nobody show up. And it's embarrassing. There was a meeting, I went to do a church speaking, and there was like 150 people outside protesting me and 80 inside. More protesters than people. Where are the Americans? Where are the church? But because of this Islamophobia and what Kerr put about me on the website, churches are afraid. The Baptist minister, they choose not to have me because he have 124 children who do the Awana Club. And he's afraid for their life. I said to him in the beginning, you cancel my meeting because you're a coward. He said, how dare you to judge me being a coward? I'm not coward. And then as he talked, me and him talked, he said, I have 100 and some children, Awana Club, and I'm afraid that you're going to get hurt. I said, now you said it by your own tongue. You're afraid. You're a coward. Mm-hmm. But it worked because obviously Kerr talked to him. On their side, they talk about the founder, Usama DakDok. Listen here, Hugo.
Ministry founder Usama DakDok claims American Muslims, quote, will kill your children, end quote.
Did I say that? Yes, as a matter of fact, I've been saying that for the last 28 years. As a matter of fact, after I said it 10 years later, Muslim believers killed 3,000 Americans. But things are changing. Someone did something.
Oof. Yeah.
No, it is Muslim believers killed 3,000 Americans, as I have prophesied 10 years earlier. As a matter of fact, this was just a drop in the pocket, because trust me, I say it again tonight, Muslim children will wipe out your children in America. Not just kill them, they will literally take over America.
Right. They're taking over Minnesota.
Every city in America, not just Minnesota. Everywhere we go, every state and every city. America someday will be controlled by the Muslims. I'm glad we're recording this tonight, so you're going to see someday, that could be 10 years from now, 15 years from now. Wait a minute, 10 years from now, you're exaggerating. That's why the people call you whatever names they want to call you. No, think about it. If you think of America as Germany, this lady in Germany is the prime minister there. In 2.5 years, she brought 1.2 million Muslim refugees. Not just Muslim coming in to work or Muslim coming in. No, she actually pays the flight. She takes care of the expense to go to Germany. 1.2 million in 2.5 years. Can you imagine if the liberals take over the White House and we have 50 Germany in America? That's 50 states. As a matter of fact, you can put 3 Germany in Texas. You can put 5, 6 Germany in Alaska. Okay, land-wise, you know what I'm talking about here? So we got 50 Germany in America, and that liberal wacko Democrat will do the same thing what the liberal wacko in Germany did. So he will bring 1.2 million to every city, to every state in America. You're going to have literally 50-some million in one election. Let him or her run for another 4 years. That's another 50 million. That's 100 million. Trust me, you don't need 100 million to destroy America and make it a Muslim country. All what you need is another 10 million.
Yeah.
Cult, end quote, a December 10th, 2012 event in Ohio titled, quote, Infiltration of Islam in America, end quote, which was sponsored by the Mansfield North Central Ohio Tea Party. DakDok also claimed that American Muslims, quote, will kill your children, end quote, and that, quote, we are in a war with Islam, end
Notice
quote.
here, I'm talking about Islam. So I'm 100% right, and I stand up with what they wrote about me in their website. Islam is a wicked cult, and the evidence is, read the book. The problem with American people is their stupidity. They are ignorant of Islam. They have not read the Quran. Read the Quran. You find it for yourself. It's a wicked cult. It's because of that meeting, 2012, Muslims actually before that meeting, a year before that, closed or forced the school to reject me to go speak there. I mean, I don't know, a year or 2 years before, I can't even remember now. So we scheduled to speak in the school, and they went and spoke to the school, and they told them how Islamophobic I am, and how they're making a big mistake to have a hate monger, Usama DakDok, to speak in the school, so the school canceled the meeting. Well, we have to sue the school. And we used ACLJ, who is now the lawyer of Mr. Trump, Jack. Mm-hmm. And we obviously won the case. So I went back to speak in the school. That gentleman who came to my meeting from CARE asked the Tea Party leader, her name is Nancy, Sarah, whatever her name was, and I was sitting there in the foyer, 10 sentences in less than 4 minutes. Where is the rest of my speech? That's how they can make out of any one of you an Islamophobic, by cutting your work, editing your teaching, and they make you say whatever they want you to say. For example, here we go.
During his presentation, DakDok also made hate-filled claims such as,
I'm glad they call it hate-filled claims. It's not claims, it's facts. Such as, now you're going to hear my own voice on that speech. Listen, here we go.
The day will come and Muslims in America will have the upper hand, and they will kill your children for not eating the lawful foods.
Man, that's exactly what I said. That's my voice. It's me. So I know for sure I said it. Unless somebody really can make a voice like me, talk like me, funny. No. That's me. Now, what happened here? They're mixing two separate things. When I was talking about the upper hand, and when I was talking about halal food. If you watch my presentation, you see the distance between the first statement and the last statement is literally 35 minutes. You got 35 minutes to make me make that statement like that. That's not editing. That's, I don't know what other word you can say for that. Cut into pieces. Because normally when you edit, you take a word out or two words out, you take a laugh, you take a cough. That's how we edit our work. But when you take 35 minutes out of my speech, that's not editing. That's literally, you're making somebody say, potatoes is gold. Banana is medicine. Or whatever. You can't do that in editing. So, here's the fact. What I was talking about when I mentioned the words, the upper hand. I was not making this up. I was actually quoting a verse in the Quran. That's Quran, chapter 47 and verse 35. And there I read that verse.
So do not be weak, and do not call for peace when you have the upper hand.
I did not talk about food. I was not talking about halal food. I was talking about that verse. I was talking about, yes, in America, and if I remember exactly, my video there, or my teaching there, I said, I know people in America always tell me, Brother Usama, you cannot paint all the Muslims with one big brush. How about the loving, peaceful doctors? How about the Muslim neighbors? We have the wonderful people. And how about that? How about not all Muslims are like? That's what people always tell me. And I remember I said, I'm a painter. I did painting for 30 some years. When you talk about Islam, you don't need a brush, not a big brush, not a wide roller, okay? You need to open a 5-gallon bucket of red color and dump it. That is Islam. You don't need a brush, trust me, you don't need a brush. The history of Islam summarized by Mark Gabriel to be equal to a gushing river of blood. That is the summary of the history of Islam. Muslims kill infidels. If there's no infidels in the neighborhood, Muslims kill Muslims. And Muslims kill themselves as they kill other Muslims to be martyred for Allah to get to paradise and have the safety to forever. It's about killing. It's about killing. Islam is gush of blood. So what I said, yes, they are peaceful people in America. And I remember mentioning that I said, there are plenty of Muslim people in America who are so nice and so peaceful. That's not because they're Muslims, that's because they do not have the upper hand. As a matter of fact, the best neighbor to have right now is not a good Catholic or a good Baptist, it's a good Muslim. Why? Because a Muslim, if you have in your neighborhood right now, he will shovel your snow, and he will cut your grass, and he will buy your grocery, and he will take care of your house. Same Muslim, when they have the upper hand in America, will be killing you to rape your wife and your daughters, to take your house and take your car. Same Muslim, not his cousin, not his neighbor, same guy. Because Allah tells the Muslims, don't be weak and don't call for peace when he has the upper hand. When they don't have the upper hand, they're nice and loving and peaceful people. When they have the upper hand, they are wicked and savage people.
Right.
I may be making this up. You know what? We got 4 videos to share with you tonight. Hopefully, you can see my point from this video, so I don't have to repeat myself. How about halal food? Now, let's move forward in my teaching. 35 minutes later, I'm talking about Quran chapter 9, verse 29. And there we read the following.
Engage in war with those who do not believe in Allah and in the last day, and do not forbid what Allah and His Messenger forbid, and do not believe in the religion of the truth among those who have been given the book, until they pay the tribute out of hand, and they are subdued.
And then I talked about Allah ordered Muhammad and the Muslim believers to engage in war with the people of the book, the Jews and the Christians, who do not forbid what Allah and His Messenger forbid. What does Allah and His Messenger, both of them, forbid? They forbid the worship of Jesus Christ. You worship Jesus Christ, we'll kill you. As a matter of fact, that's why most churches in Somalia are burned by Al-Shabaab organization. Those are the same people whom your liberal politician bring to Minnesota in the hundreds of thousands. And now I found out they could not take them to Florida from Somalia, but they can take them from Minnesota to Florida. So Minnesota is the back door. We bring the Muslim Somali in the hundreds of thousands, and we take them from Minnesota to every other state in America, the conservative one, which they will not allow them to go directly there. Thanks to your governor, he is helping my state, Florida, and the state of Missouri to have the hundreds of thousands of Muslim Somali. Al-Shabaab. When Al-Shabaab burn churches, they burn churches on Sundays. Why they burn churches on Sundays? That is the time where the Christians are in it. What the Christians are doing it? They're doing what is forbidden. Like what? Worshiping Jesus Christ. And that's forbidden. That's why Allah said, engage in war with the Christian who worship Jesus Christ, which is forbidden. And they burn churches with the people still in it alive. Literally, they burn them to death. They lock the doors, put gas, put the whole thing on fire. 15 minutes, not one person alive. The whole building is gone, and people inside it are literally, pieces of foam. What do you call it? Coal.
Charcoal,
Black.
yeah.
Charcoal. How about what else? What else? Other reasons? Eating what is forbidden. Allah said, forbidden to you. The pork. And you eat pork. Well, I'm sorry, you eat pork, I have to go in war with you. And in war, we don't hug people and kiss them. We kill them. But see what Care did? He got my video, 2 different segments, half hour between, cut it off, and make me say what I did not say. Even though I said it, but taking it out of context. Here's another statement. They said, I said.
What happened to the women and the children? They were raped. By whom? By Muhammad and his followers. By the names of Fatma, Khadija, Obama, Hussein, Barack, and all these wonderful Muslim names.
Well,
Now use your logic. Use your logic.
who is that?
Did I start? Did I start talking by saying the statement, what happened to the women? What women? Then I must be talking about something else before I made the statement. So what happened to the chicken? What chicken? Are you talking about the chicken Sister Elaine had behind her house? Because they were eaten by the weasel. Or you talk about the chicken which Sister, oh no, pick up any name. She served in her store. The what do you call this business? Culvers. Or maybe it's a chicken which is served as meal at Chick-fil-A. What chicken? So, what happened to the women? You don't start talking in a conference or a speaking engagement and say, what happened to the women? You tell me about the women first.
Right.
That's not editing. That's literally destroying my speech. So let me take you back to what I was talking about. I was talking about Quran chapter 33, verses 26 and 27, which Allah said,
And he brought down the people of the book who backed them from their strong places and cast the terror into their hearts. A group of them you are killing, and a group of them you are taking captive. And he made you to inherit their land and their homes and their money and a land which you had never set foot on. And Allah was mighty over all things.
Now let me tell you what I said to the crowd there 9 years ago, whatever, 8 years ago. I said, He is Allah. He brought down the people of the book. These are Bani Qurayza, Jewish community in Muhammad days. Allah cast terror into their hearts. A group of them you're killing. I said, what group is talking about here? I talked about a man by the name Sa'ad ibn Mu'az, whom Muhammad chose as a judge to judge between him and Bani Qurayza. And his judgment was all the men who have mustache or older. Literally, to look at teenagers, the 13 or 14 years old boys who have a little bit hair in their mustache. I said, oh, that's a man. What are you going to do with these Sa'ad ibn Mu'az? He said, all those who have mustache and older must be beheaded. And Muhammad on that afternoon, him and his early thugs, literally beheaded between 700 to 900 Jewish men. Why did not say 900? Because Muslim scholars said between 700 and 900. Some say 700, some say 750, some say they have different numbers. So the lowest was 700 and the largest was 900. That's why I am faithful in my teaching and I'm telling the truth. It was between 700 and 900 men. What about the other group? And a group you taking captive. Who are these? These are the women. Okay, now here's my question. What happened to these women? You see, without the verse of the Quran, I'm Islamophobic. I'm a hate monger. I'm a racist. But when you read the verse of the Quran, Allah is a wicked, evil God. He terrorized the Jews, and Muslim early believers of Muhammad were savage, and so is Muhammad. I'm talking about a man with a bunch of men with him, beheading between 700 to 900 men in one afternoon. And they took the women and the children as captives. What they did to the women and the children, they opened a refugee camp for them. So they built them nice houses, and they gave them food. They put a fridge in every house and a freezer, and they have all the things they need. No! They raped them. They did not take care of them as charity work, as Muslims try to teach. No, they actually raped them. Who raped them? Muhammad and his early sons. When I say by whom, I said by Muhammad. Oh, do I have any proof of that? Yes, indeed. Go read the interpretation of these two verses by any Muslim scholar of your choice. You go to Ibn Kathir, Tabari, Qurtubi, Jalalain. All of them will tell you the same thing. Muhammad raped a young lady. Her name is Safiya, daughter of Huyay. I never knew Safiya. I never met Safiya. That is happening literally 1400 years ago. How do I know about Safiya? From Muslim scholars. Who is Safiya? She was the daughter of the chief, the leader of that tribe. She was actually taken by another man first. And then Muslim got jealous. She's 19 years old, beautiful young lady, attractive, the most beautiful one. So she went to Muhammad. Can you imagine? I'm telling you what Muslim scholars are writing to us. Oh, Apostle of Allah. Yeah. Did you give Safiya to Marwan? Well, he asked me about that. I said, you can have her. No. You take her, Apostle of Allah. She's the daughter of the leader of the tribe. Nobody is worthy of her but you. She's beautiful. She's hot. Sure. So Muhammad called Marwan. Marwan, come here. Did you touch Safiya? No, Abbas, I haven't touched her. I never had sex with her. I never done it. I never kissed her. Okay, bring it back to me. She's mine. Sure, you can have her, Apostle of Allah. And what Muhammad did was her all night long. He was raping her all night long. How do we know that? Muhammad said so. Not Usama DakDok, the hate minister. No, Muhammad. He was inside the tent, raping her. And then he felt the tent was moving. You know, somebody's touching outside. So quickly Muhammad go outside, and here's a man, his name is Abu Ayyub. He was looking through the tent. Live pornography. And Muhammad says, what are you doing? Oh, Apostle of Allah. Allah is my witness. I'm watching over you. I'm here to protect you. I'm watching over you. I'm afraid that woman is an evil. Why is that? He said, we killed her husband and her father and her brother. And I was afraid she's going to hurt you. That's why I'm watching to make sure that you're okay. The following morning, Muhammad, the apostle of Allah, praised Abu Ayyub, speaking high of him. He is a man who did not sleep all night to watch over me and protect me. Muhammad did not even practice Sharia, Islamic law, in his sexual relationship with that woman. Why? Because according to Sharia, you cannot have sex with a widow or a divorced woman if she have not waited the 3 months after the death or after her divorce, in case she's pregnant by her first husband, the deceased or the divorced one. Muhammad raped the woman all night long. The same night, he killed her husband and her father and her son. So when I made my statement, what happened to the women, I'm not making up stuff. America is in a coma. When we have revival in America, what do? We go back to the scripture. We start learning the truth of the word of God. We start following Jesus in real walk. And this normally takes place when the Christians are persecuted. Go to the church in China. Go to the church in Egypt. Go to the church in Iran. In these countries, there is revival. They are literally living for Jesus, willing to die for Jesus. There will be a day in America where we have a revival. And in the revival, Muslims will do exactly what Allah commanded them to do, which is killing your children and killing your grandchildren. They will practice Islam for real. Right now, they are practicing some of the fake teaching of the Quran, the early abrogated verses of the Quran. But the day will come and they will literally burn your churches, bomb your churches. They will terrorize the daylight out of you. They love to do it. And they will do it, as they have been doing it all over the world. And when I talk about beheading, I'm not making this up. As a matter of fact, I quoted Quran 47:4 once again. Here's what Allah said.
So, when you meet those who became infidels, so strike the necks until you have made a great slaughter among them.
Can you imagine a Muslim imam stand up in a mosque in America when they have the 40 and 50 million, not 100 million? All it takes is just one liberal president for 4 years, and he has the right number for the Muslims to have the upper hand. And the imam will say, hey, Allah said, strike the necks, behead them. Let's do it. And they'll go out and do it. They will do it.
Saidi,
Skip all that, sake of time. I have 4 videos to share with you, and then maybe
Jews living with atheists, no problem. Sikhs living with Hindus, no problem. Hindus living with Baha'is, no problem. Christians living with Jews, no problem. Jews living with Buddhists, no problem. Shintos living with atheists, no problem. Buddhists living with Sikhs, no problem. Baha'is living with Christians, no problem. Buddhists living with Shintos, no problem. Buddhists living with Hindus, no problem. Hindus living with Christians, only a rare problem. Atheists living with Buddhists, no problem. Confucians living with Hindus, no problem. Atheists living with Confucians, no problem. Muslims living with Jews, problem. Muslims living with Sikhs, problem. Muslims living with Hindus, problem. Muslims living with Baha'is, problem. Muslims living with Shintos, problem. Muslims living with Buddhists, problem. Muslims living with Christians, problem. Muslims living with Muslims, very big problem.
problem.
Even living together is an issue, apparently.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So,
To
what we
them,
have?
come engage in war for the sake of Allah, or contribute. They said, if we knew how to engage in war, we would have followed you. They are closer on that day to infidelity than to faith. They say with their mouths what is not in their hearts, and Allah knows best what they hide.
Who are the hypocrites? Allah said He knows them by two simple tests. First of all, invite them to engage in war for the sake of Allah. Come join us to kill some infidel Americans. Or ask them to contribute towards those who are fighting for the sake of Allah. Give me a check for a 5 million, 10 million. 5 million, 10 million to the Saudi is nothing. It's like a quarter in your pocket right now. They're billionaires. If that Muslim refused to engage in war for the sake of Allah, by telling, I don't know how to fight. If I know how to fight, I'll go fight with you. Or if they refuse to contribute, they choose not to give you from their substance, from their money, to help you to go and kill some Americans. If they do that, on that day, they are closer to infidelity than to faith. They are more of an infidel than a Muslim believer. So Muslims are two. A good Muslim who will fight for the sake of Allah, or contribute towards those who fight for the sake of Allah. These are the Muslim believers. Other ones, we call them not moderate, as your politician tried to teach you in America by brainwashing you, we call them hypocrites. But the verse does not say anything about killing the hypocrites. Now we know. Good Muslims and hypocrites. Oh, you go to Quran chapter 9 and verse 73. Here's the word of Allah.
O you prophet, perform jihad against the infidels and the hypocrites, and be harsh with them, and their abode will be hell, and evil is the destination.
So infidels equal to hypocrites in the eyes of Allah. You engage in war with them. You perform jihad against them. And not be merciful with them, be harsh with them. Not only by killing them, Allah will take them after they die, their soul, and He will send them to hell forever. Every Muslim hypocrite, like every infidel, when they die, they will spend their eternity in hell. So when ISIS kills some other Muslims who refuse to join them, it's not because ISIS are not living Islam, it's because ISIS are crossing every T and dotting every I to practice Islam by every word written in the Quran, including killing their own Muslim neighbors in their community who refuse to join them or support them. Why Al-Qaeda did not succeed on their accomplishing their goal or their hope? What is the goal of Al-Qaeda? Take over the world and practice Sharia, Islamic law. Having the Khalifa, the leader, political, religious leader, and the whole world will become Muslim. Why they did not succeed to accomplish that goal is because people did not join them. Because there are plenty of Muslims who are hypocrites. Why ISIS have a better success than Al-Qaeda? Because Al-Qaeda did not behead anybody, especially the Muslims, but ISIS beheaded hundreds of thousands of Christians and Yazidis and Muslims. Not Muslims, hypocrite Muslims. And I believe the next group is going to be even bigger. It's going to be even better. The next one, they will be wiping out cities fully. They will be having the power of the nuclear bomb, and they will wipe out countries. That's how they will terrorize the West. And they will put the West on its knee, and the people of America will be begging the Muslims, tell us what do you want us to do, and we'll do for you. Whatever you want. Halal food, halal food. Sharia, Sharia. Just we need to live. The mood of Islam.
So this led to, they're not happy in Gaza. They're not happy in Egypt. They're not happy in Libya. They're not happy in Iran. They're not happy in Iraq. They're not happy in Yemen. They're not happy in Pakistan. They're not happy in Syria. They're not happy in Lebanon. They're not happy in Nigeria. They're not happy in Kenya. They're not happy in Sudan. They're not happy in Morocco. And they're not happy in Afghanistan. So where are they happy?
Somalia?
They're happy in Australia. They're happy in Belgium. They're happy in France. They're happy in Holland. They're happy in Italy. They're happy in Germany. They're happy in Spain. They're happy in Sweden. They're happy in Denmark. They're happy in the USA and Canada. They're happy in Norway and India. They're very happy in England. Loads of welfare benefits. They're happy in almost every country that is not Islamic. And who do they blame? Not Islam, not their leadership, not themselves. They blame the countries they are happy in. And they want to change the countries they're happy in to be like the countries they came from where they were unhappy. Organization. Boko Haram, an Islamic terror organization. Al-Nusra, an Islamic terror organization. Abu Sayyaf, an Islamic terror organization. Al-Badr, an Islamic terror organization. Muslim Brotherhood, an Islamic terror organization. Lashkar-e-Taiba, an Islamic terror organization. Ansaru, an Islamic terror organization. Jama'ah Islamiyah, an Islamic terror organization. Abdullah Azam Brigades, an Islamic terror organization. Al-Shabaab Somalia, an Islamic terror organization. And this is just scratching the surface on Islamic terrorism.
When we talk about scratching the surface, I'm talking about these are the big organization names, not all the Muslims. It's like me talking about Baptist and Catholic and Lutheran and Presbyterian, big churches. But if you add the number of the non-denominational churches in America, which is, every community have a church, Rochester Community Church, blah, blah, non-denomination. You can literally add in America a good 10 million, 20 million other church believers who have no tie to the Baptist and the Catholic. Do you know that if we count the small jihadis organization in the world, which we did not mention here, 10% of them can destroy America in no time. Not the Brotherhood, not Al-Qaeda, not Fatah, not Hamas, not Ikhwan, not Al-Shabaab, not these big organizations. Talk about the small one. 10% of them can destroy America. So even if you go to the intelligence of us here in America, who interviews a Muslim before they come to America, they ask them a question, do you belong to the Muslim Brotherhood? No. First of all, it is dumb to ask a Muslim if they belong to a Muslim jihad organization or not before they come to America. That's what they call the word Mr. Obama always uses. Not critique them, investigating the Muslims before they come to America.
Screen? Screen?
Screens it, embedded it, okay? This word. It's like me going to the post office. I'm not kidding. I go to the post office a lot to send you packages. Sometimes I go to the post office. And the lady in the post office said, do you have any liquid in this package? I said, you mean bomb? Because it's a box. And I have to set in the green, in the search, I have set the green one, not the red one. You do the red, literally you can call the cop, arrest you. I said, do you think if I have a bomb in this box, I'm going to tell you, yes, I have a bomb? I said, that is the dumbest question you can ever ask a Muslim jihadi. Stop being stupid.
Good luck.
Well, sir, I'm doing my job. I said, I am telling you, that job is talk to your boss. Tell your boss, have some common sense, you idiot. Muslim jihadi, put a bomb in a box, go to the post office to send somebody else, will never say, yes, I have a bomb in it. Oh, I'm sorry, let me take it out of the box. It's dumb. So when you ask these Muslims about what they believe and what they said, I'm not going to tell you.
Right.
Yeah, he does not belong to the Baptist, but he belongs to the free, some other church. We should never have Muslims come to America.
Exactly.
Even if they said they're loving, peaceful, they hug you and kiss you and do everything you wish for them to do. Because guess what? That will help the Muslim America someday to have the upper hand. What is upper hand? Is to have 51% of the American. No, 5.5%. That's exactly the number I come up with and I stuck with it. People say, how do you know when they come to 5.5%, they'll be the powerful, they'll be the savage people? I said, check out Europe. Go to any of the countries of Europe, choose which one do you like. Do you like to go to France or Germany or England or Ireland or Norwegian just pick up any country and study it. When did the Muslim become savage in your cities, in your countries? Roughly around 5.5%. That's how I come up with a number. It's not like I'm a genius. No. History repeats itself, America. The problem with us Americans, we are stupid. We do not see it happening there, and we say it will never happen here.
Only 250,000 in Minnesota. Or 300,000.
Excuses for violence.
Reasons given to explain Muslim violence. Self-radicalized.
This is how the liberal in America and the Muslim introduce the action of Islam. Self-radicalized. Have nothing to do with Islam. They just made themselves radicals. And here's the reason. Reason number one.
1. These people are uneducated.
Really? Engineer Osama bin Laden is uneducated. Wow. Dr. Ayman al-Zawahiri is uneducated. Yes, indeed. These are people from all aspects of life. They are good in what they're doing. If they're doctors, they trust me. They do the best surgery on you. If it's your brain, if it's your heart, if your kidney, if your eyes, whatever, they are the best doctors. They're the best engineers. They're the best pilots. They're the best teachers. They're the best everything. So they are very educated concerning what they do for a living. Now, when it comes to Islam, they know the Quran much better than any of your intelligence can know the Quran. That's why they're willing to sacrifice everything good they got for Allah. They're not stupid. They're very educated in the normal things of life and about Islam 100%. 100%.
2. These people are poor.
Once again, Bin Laden was poor guy.
Saudis.
We just freezed $30 million of Osama bin Laden money in America alone. You know what 30 million is? That's lots of money. And I promise you, the day you have a liberal president in America, like Mr. Obama did, that liberal will give these $30 million to Osama bin Laden family with interest. Because they think that money belongs to his family.
Like he did Iran.
Not give it, you don't give it to the victims of September 11. No, we're going to give that money, 30 million plus interest for the last 18 years to some of his sons. After all, he has like 60 sons still alive. 60 some sons still alive. Why Mr. Barack Hussein Obama give 152 billion to Iran? Ask the liberals, they'll tell you, it's their money. Yeah, we freeze their money, we need to give it back to them with interest. Do you know what they're going to do with that money? Oh, they do good things like maybe bomb, nuclear bomb, to wipe out Israel and America from the face. Sure, we give to them, it's their money. Muhammad Atta, one of the hijackers, okay, from Egypt.